Hello and welcome to a bonus edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I'm on holiday, but I'm still going to try and bring you our Friday Masterclass, where I tackle a cryptic crossword from the Times. Now, I've had a look at the SNITCH this morning, and the SNITCH rating suggests that today's Times is easier than usual, which is really rare for a Friday. But yesterday's puzzle, Thursday's puzzle, was quite difficult, so I thought we might try Thursdays today, if that's alright. I'm on my laptop, as you can probably see. I'm ensconced in a hotel skiing in France. The first holiday I've had in a long time, and that's why the SUDOKU videos that come out at 8:30 every evening have been pre-records. So videos I made a long time ago in order to give myself a holiday. But frankly, I miss you guys, so I thought I would certainly try and do this today. So let's have a go. I'll click play. I've had to make the window a bit bigger than usual because I'm on the laptop and I don't know where I will put my talking face. So here we go. Let's have a look. One across. One might tell the future. English novelist, one being held back. One might tell the future. Predictor. English novelist, one being held back. I don't know. Let's try one down. Prison reformer. Ugh. I hope this isn't going to be some historic prison reformer because I won't know it. Holding uniform leads to violence. Golly. I don't know what that is. Prison reformer. Holding uniform. Uniform will be U. Uniform is the international radio code word for... uniform is the international radio code word for the letter U. Let's try two now. Racecourse favourite. Getting celebrity welcome. Red carpet? That's a celebrity. Yeah, this is right. Okay, so a celebrity welcome is a red carpet. There is a racecourse called Red Car. And if you put Red Car... If somebody's in class, you might refer to the teacher's favourite as the teacher's pet. So red car pet, if we sort of rearrange the letter spacings, the word spacings, we get red car pet, which is the answer. Let's try 10 across. One up on reading, maybe. Digesting papers. Okay. I think I know what this is. I'm just trying to work out why it's what I think it is. Okay. How did I get right? The answer here is rider. And the definition is therefore one up. Because if you're up on horseback, you are riding a horse. So rider is the answer. How did I get that? Well, I saw digesting papers in the clue. And in cryptic crossword land, papers is often synonymous with your ID. So show me your papers would be saying show me your identification, your ID. So I wanted to put ID in the middle. So let's start with that. Now the other thing I noticed as I read this clue is the word reading, maybe. Now in sort of English schools back in the day, you were taught the 3 R's: reading, writing and arithmetic. So reading is one of the 3 R's. So I wanted to use R for reading, maybe. And then I just had to figure out how the rest of it worked. And on there in the clue, you can see the word on. Well, if something is something, it's on it. So we needed to put re plus R all around ID for papers to get rider, which is the one up. Let's go back to one down again. Oh, this had U in it, didn't it? Okay. Fury. Oh, Fry. Elizabeth Fry, I want to say suddenly. I don't know why. Prison reformer. I quite like that. Holding uniform, U. Violent. If something's violent, it's furious, isn't it? So I quite like fury there. Oh, and this could be forecaster. One might tell the future. Oh, E.M. Forster. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's forecaster. Because what we've got here is we've got English novelist E.M. Forster, surrounding a word for one, which is ace, being held back. So we've got to reverse it in Forster to get forecaster, which is one who tells the future, obviously. So can we get 3 down now? Important business. Going on run. Faster if cars involved. Well, faster if cars involved. Involved is a typical anagram indicator, which is a strange anagram indicator, but, you know, if people are involved together, they're in a situation of intrigue, and therefore cryptic crossword compilers think that is that's an anagram indicator. So how many letters do we need? We need 14. I'm just wondering about that apostrophe S. So 8, 12. Not sure. Well, it means important business anyway, so can we just get it from that? Important business is... It's the... I don't know. Sorry if you can hear noises off as well. I've got my window open because it's so hot in these rooms. 4 down. VIP. A bit of a joke. VIP is a big wig. A bit of a joke is a punchline. I don't know what that is either, I'm afraid. Let's try 5 down. Did out and sexed up post office interior. Did out. Exposed. If you out someone, you expose them, don't you? Sexed up could be an anagram. Yes, it is exposed. Sexed up. If letters or a word is up in one of its meanings means mixed, I think, or rebelling. And if words rebel, you can shuffle them. So we anagram the word sexed with PO for post office in the middle, and we get exposed, which certainly means did out. You know, the clue is trying to make you read did out as refitted, but if you do out somebody, you obviously expose them. Right, let's try 11 across. Mother holding quiet family gathering initially. Yeah, see, the way I've read that is really helpful, actually, interestingly. Well, I know, perhaps I'm not the most interesting man in the world, but these are the things I find interesting. So I didn't read family gathering there as a unit, which would be a natural way to read the sentence. I'm reading word by word, trying to pick apart each piece. So I could see P here. I'm thinking then of a short synonym for a family rather than a word for a family gathering. And the word I thought of was kin for family. And then I'm thinking G, gathering initially is the word G. So I can see there ing revealing itself. Now, I haven't understood the answer to this yet, but I'd be amazed if it doesn't have ing in it somewhere. Mother holding quiet family gathering initially. Plans. Business. Map making is the answer, isn't it? Still haven't worked out quite why. But you could see how I sort of put together. So mama for mother, holding P for quiet, which is something you might see on a piano score. I think pianissimo or something, isn't it? And then kin plus G gives us map making, a plans business. If you make a plan, you make a map. Oh, so VIP, someone. Okay, it is a bit of a joke. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is someone. That's very difficult to understand the wordplay. VIP is a someone. A bit of is some of something. And one is a word for a joke, as in, you might say, oh, he's a right one, meaning he's a right joker, a right joke. So someone, I think, is the answer there. Now, can we get 12 across then? That would give us a chance with 3 down. Plant, ooh. Plant carbon copy, which is going to be CC, I would imagine. 1, couple don't want. Gooseberry. It must be something gooseberry, because a gooseberry in a sort of romantic sense is a third a third member of a party who's not wanted by the other two who want to be amorously engaged. So I vaguely think I know this as well. Plant, carbon copy. Cape gooseberry. Okay, so carbon copy was not CC. So you see, I should take my own advice. I said we shouldn't read family gathering as a unit. Well, neither should I read carbon copy as a unit. If I split up carbon copy into two pieces, carbon, that's the element, the abbreviation for which is C. If you copy somebody, you ape them, you imitate them. So Cape gooseberry must be a plant. I have never heard of it, but that feels right, doesn't it? And it hasn't. Oh, current something. Important business. Current affairs? Must be. Although. Oh. Yes, important business going on is the definition, not just important business. It's important business going on, as in it's current. And it is then. We do have the right anagram indicators, or the right anagram fodder. Because then I can use the whole of the word run. When you see run in cryptic crosswords, it's so easy and to think it's the letter R, because it is a valid abbreviation for the letter R. But then you can see, if you look at R, faster if cars, there's no U, and I know I want a U for current affairs, that second letter. But obviously, if I use the whole of the word run, I think I can get to the right number of letters. And that's almost certainly the answer. So what's this one going to do? Let's try and do this one without looking at the clue. Just to, sometimes it's a good discipline to get into. I've got nothing there. No idea what that is. So meet up maybe to welcome back war invalid. A war invalid. Meet up maybe. That could be an anagram of meat, actually. Yeah, amputee then. I think it's amputee. Which I'm not actually disgusted I didn't spot as a possibility from blank blank P blank T blank E, especially not with holiday brain on. So meet up is an anagram of meet up, isn't it? Meet up maybe. Maybe is being used as an anagram indicator, I think. To welcome back. War invalid. War invalid must be, question mark, must be the definition. Meet up maybe. To welcome. I don't understand. I haven't quite understood this. I can't understand. The thing I'm not understanding is this initial A. I mean, it must be right. It's got an anagram of meet up in it. To welcome back. Why is A to welcome back? I'm sorry about this. I should be able to understand that, but I can't. I'm going to leave it there because I'm certain it's right, but I don't understand it fully. Let's try 15 across. Medic, so I'm thinking doctor, DR here. One taking tube, but not to such an establishment. Drive-in? Oops, there's beeping outside. IV. Medic. One taking tube. An IV is a tube. But not to such an establishment. I think it's going to be drive by, drive in. I'm not sure. Let's try 6 across. Sudden rush after wasting time. To be prompt. Sudden rush is like a stampede, an avalanche. Something I hope to avoid today. Sudden rush is a, I don't know. I think the way I read the clue is it's going to be a word for sudden rush where we're going to get rid of either a T for the word time or a word that means time, like age. Deluge, I was thinking for a moment without. No, it's not right. To be prompt. I don't know. And it'll be a prompt, as in a nudge or something. 7 down. Coming before 1 to ask insensitively for a hearing. Coming before prior. Yes, okay. So this is a homophone. If something comes before something, it happens prior to it, spelt like I've just spelt it on the screen. However, if you pry into somebody's business, you would, if you were being a prior, you would spell that P-R-I-E-R. So, but when you hear these words, prior and prior, they sound exactly the same. So, one to ask insensitively is a prior with an E. We hear that, and we spell it differently, and we can get P-R-I-I-O-R, which means, of course, coming before. So what's this then? A sudden rush is to be prompt. If you prompt someone, you I don't know, but it looks like 8 down we might have a chance with now. A game of golf interrupting 40th wedding, rugby match. Yeah, okay. So your 40th wedding anniversary is your Ruby anniversary. So 40th is Ruby. G for golf. Golf is the international radio code word for the letter G. So we get rugby at the start. A wedding is a match, and a rugby match is a game. So spur then here, isn't it? So spurt, yeah. Okay, so a spurt is a sudden rush, gets rid of its T, we get spur, and if you spur somebody, you prompt them to do something. So we did understand that. I just couldn't solve it very well, with much alacrity. 9 down. Eccentric poet. I'm thinking anagram here, by the way. Eccentric is a common anagram indicator. No, it's I don't. It might not be actually. Eccentric poet. Poet could be a rhymer, a verser. To take on. Becoming a handicap. I'm thinking like steeple chasing and eccentric. I should be able to get that. It's appalling that I can't. What's this though? Second letter blank A. Oh, this is the medic. Oh, goodness. What is going on here then? Rugby. Maybe. Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about this. I thought it was a game as in a rugby match. I was quite happy with that. What about rugby union? A union is a wedding, just as a match is a wedding. So rugby union is more, I suppose, more the name of a game. A rugby match is a sort of type of game, isn't it? So, okay, well that seems to suggest drive-in looks good, doesn't it? So let's try 16 down. Will female divorcee miraculously cure it with a kiss? Who? Right, okay. So I love clues like this because they're so misleading in terms of the way in which the words are being used. So will here seems to be used as in will she do this or won't she do this? But what about will as in something you leave when you die? And what would a will female be in that context? Well, that would be an executrix, wouldn't it? Something like that, I think, is the spelling. Now, a divorcee is an X. Miraculously cure it. Well, that's an anagram of the words cure and it. And they go together with kiss or a kiss for X. You might put a kiss under a card when you signed it. Now, there's an interesting point here about this A in the clue. What is this A doing here? And that is, I think, a fair question. That it's there for the surface reading of the clue, but it's not actually necessary for the wordplay here. Divorcee because miraculously cure it with kiss means exactly the same as miraculously cure it with a kiss. And that A is therefore part of the wordplay. And I think one could make the argument that it's unnecessary. But anyway, it's clearly the right answer. And we have found our will female. Now, what's this one then? In utero? Oh, El Greco. That's not funny. So, artist, it must be El Greco. I mean, I haven't actually done any due diligence on this, but I can see it fits. And composer, putting out article, Elgar. So Elgar, without article, and the indefinite article is A, the letter A. The definite article is the indefinite article A. So we take the A out of Elgar to get Elgra, and then, oh, and if something's concerned with the environment, it's eco, as in eco-friendly. So El Greco is the artist we're looking for. Let's try 19 down. On reflection, echo, I'm thinking, lives, to regret, crossing area, a huge one. I'm thinking Eurasia, because that's a huge area. But I don't know why it's going to be that. I just noticed there's a very, very vociferous bird tweeting outside my window. On reflection, lives, are, A as in A-R-E. If things live, they are. No, lives is, isn't it? On reflection, yeah, I do understand this now. Okay, lives is. He lives, he is. That goes to a word that means regret, which is rue. And that all reverses. It's on reflection. So is and rue reverse, and they cross A for area, and then we get Eurasie, and then that A there, A huge one, that A is part of the wordplay, and that's the final A, where the cursor is at the moment on the screen, is this letter. And that gives us Eurasia. So the definition here is just huge one, and it borrows from the wordplay. It borrows from that word area in the wordplay in order to give the definition some context. Obviously, huge one doesn't mean Eurasia in and of itself. You have to give it the context of the word area. So the constructor borrows from the wordplay there to allow that to happen. Right, let's try 13 down. That would at least justify amputee. Tinned pickle to open. Tinned can. Pickle to open. Tinned pickle to open. I don't know what that is. Tinned pickle. Can of worms? I don't know why it would be that. Let's try 17 across. The worse for wear. Having only gin to drink. Out of it? Outfit. Your wear is your outfit. Having only gin to drink. Okay. It is out of it, but my understanding of the wordplay was totally wrong. Okay, why is this out of it? If you're the worse for the wear, you're hungover, you're out of it. So that's the definition. Now, if you only have gin to drink, question mark, this is saying you're out of IT, out of it. Now, it, believe it or not, is a word which means Italian vermouth. So if you were out of Italian vermouth, you might only have gin to drink, and that is what the question mark is doing there. It's indicating that this is an outrageous pun. I mean, this really is an outrageous pun, because obviously if you only have, if you're out of it, you might still have rum, you might still have any number of other drinks. Why you'd only have gin to drink, I don't know. But anyway, I think that's what the constructor's getting at there. So you're out of it. And we get an 18 down, we get starting with T. Mostly merry, I'm thinking tipsy without the Y. Monarch, there's a slight catch. Tiddler maybe. Yes, okay, a slight catch. I was thinking of a fish, a small fish. If you're merry, you're tiddly. So most of the word tiddly gives us T-I-D-D-L. Monarch, ER, as in, there are various monarchs in British history who would have been ER, Edward Rex, Elizabeth Regina. So those are legitimate monarchs. Okay, let's try 20 across. Something and. Refurbished is an anagram indicator. Hotel pub shuns award for cleaning operation. And brush up or something. It's something like that. I don't know. I don't quite know what this is yet, but let's put in the and the up, because they must be right. Let's try that one. 23. Property lists. Something rolls. Alternative to split loaves. Loaves is a euphemism for your head or your brain, isn't it? Property lists. I should be able to just write that in. I'm in holiday mode. 22 down. One's very large book of prophecies. One's very large book of prophecies. That should be sort of. I'm thinking of book of the Bible, like Amos or something. I think that is the answer. Amos. I was trying to understand it, so I think what's going on here is one apostrophe S is sort of possessive, isn't it? So if we were to say ones as in I am, the word am there is synonymous with ones. And then very large is OS. That's quite a common thing in cryptic crosswords. OS, I think, stands for outsize if you look it up in the dictionary. And that would give us Amos, which is a book of the Bible. I don't know if it's a book of prophecies, I have to say, but it probably is. So let's try that and see if we can justify that M. Welcome back stuff needed for pilgrim's garment. Welcome back. Stuff could be if you stuff something. If you ram, you stuff, don't you? Welcome. So I need a two-letter word for welcome to return. Like hi. I don't think there's a word IH ram though. This is going to be some religious garment that I don't know. Welcome back. Stuff needed for pilgrim's garment. I'm not sure. Sorry, I don't know what that is. This has got a peculiar set of letters, though. Old King. Ooh, thinking Xerxes and things like that there. One banning painting, possibly, then returning it. Well, it, euphemistically, is sex, isn't it? If you do it, you have sex. So if we return the word it, or a word for it, we would return the word sex. So XES at the end looks right, which means we are looking for an old king. One banning is one banning painting, possibly. Wow. Okay, this is going to be a funny. It's going to be a Greek king from the classics that I don't know the name of, so this is going to be interesting. One banning is a prohibitor. Golly gosh. I don't know. We're clearly going to need this extra letter we can get here, aren't we? From the eccentric poet. Eccentric poet to take on becoming a handicap. Wow. Oh, this could be an I, so it's something ing, isn't it, in the middle of this word? Don't know. Alright, so we're getting to the nitty-gritty there now. Quite a few difficult words. I've not looked at 25 across. For which finally souls get ferried and cross. Okay, well, this is another classical illusion, isn't it? Those of you familiar with Clash of the Titans may remember that Perseus had to cross the river Styx to go and find Medusa. So you, in the Greek myths, you had to cross the river Styx to get to the sort of land of the dead. Now, why is this sticks? Well, if we look for which, finally, if we look at the final letters of the words souls, get, ferry, we get STY, and we add to that a cross, an X is a type of cross, we get sticks, and then the whole clue is an sort of and lit, which is a type of clue where the whole clue needs to be read as the wordplay, and the whole clue acts as the definition. Now that gives us a little opportunity for 21 down, ending in Y. Couple outside on Saturday, like the beach. Okay, so I'm thinking that the outside on Saturday makes me think it's the outside letters of the word Saturday, which would be S and Y. And then we would need a word for couple. I'm just thinking duo, but duosi is not a word that means like the beach. I mean, sandy. Oh, yeah, it's sandy, isn't it? So sandy, I was trying to think of what's like a beach, and it is the word sandy. Now, the couple of letters that are outside in the word Saturday are the S and the Y. And if we say S and Y, we could spell out the word sandy, which is the answer, therefore. So land rolls, maybe, for the property lists. Alternative, I want that to be or. Alternative to split loaves. Oh, okay. Loaves could be rolls, couldn't they? Well, an alternative to a roll, to a loaf of bread might be a roll, as in a bread roll. Property lists. So why? So I think what the clue is saying, if you split from somewhere, you sort of depart from there, whereas if you land somewhere, you arrive. So I think it's saying it's sort of trying to pun on what would the opposite be of split loaves. It might be land rolls. I mean, that's very tricky, actually. That's just very difficult. So what's this then? Oh, it's not can of worms. War of words? No. Tinned pickle to open. Something of tinned. Can of... Still want it to be can of worms, but I really don't think it is. Let's try 20 across again. Oh, this is this anagram, isn't it? So we've got dust and refurbished hotel pub shuns award. Hotel could be H. Again, it's an international radio code word. So that would give us 9, 10, 14. How many are we needing? We need 14. Right, so it's going to be H pub shuns award, all being anagrammed to mean a cleaning operation. So we might be able to back into this if brush up is right. B, I like brush up. Oh, where's the W? Wash and something, isn't it? Wash and... Well, I need a B now. And I need... I don't know if I've got the right number of letters here. I think I've got too many H's, maybe. No, actually, I need 2 H's. Do I need I need 2 U's. This is one of these things where if you're doing it on your own, not on video, it's very easy to just dab it down on a piece of paper and check that it's right. Wash and brush up. I think wash and brush up is what you do when you brush your teeth, isn't it? Wash and brush up. It's not a familiar phrase to me, but it feels like something I've heard before. Wash. It looks right. It does look right. So what's this one then? Oh, can of worms is still fitting if land is right. Rent rolls or something? Split, yeah. Okay. Rent. If something is rent, it's split. So an alternative to split loaves would be rent rolls, which rent rolls must be an expression. I've never heard of it for property lists. And then this is going to be can of worms. Now, why? Tinned pickle to open. I think, yeah, I think if you're in a pickle, you're in a bind, aren't you? You're in a state. So I think the clue is trying to say tinned pickle to open, being, it's a tin of Branston pickle or something. Whereas actually, we're meant to read it as, oh, we're opening something that's going to put us in a pickle, like a can of worms. So I think can of worms is the answer there. Now, so let's try and justify driving, which must be right. So medic is going to be doctor, dr. One taking tube, but not two. But not to such an establishment. One taking tube. Oh, I see. One is just I, being the Roman numeral for the number one, and then tube was not IV, which is where my brain had settled. It's a vein. A vein is a type of tube, isn't it? In a sort of slightly strange way, but it's true. And then a drive-in. It's like a drive-in cinema or a drive-in McDonald's or something. It's not somewhere where a medic would typically take the tube. So I think drive-in must be the answer. So what's this? Babbling? Gambling? Oh, actually, this S is weird now as well, isn't it, actually? Don't know if I've quite understood the likely split in this one. Eccentric poet. To take on becoming a handicap. Oh, no. And then we've got these horrible ones across, which I don't know the word for this, I don't think. Welcome back, stuff needed for pilgrim's garment. Stuff needed. Welcome back. Stuff needed for pilgrim's garment. Can I think of any garment that fits into this pattern? I think there's a word Purim, isn't there? But I think that's a month in the Hebrew calendar. Purim. Welcome back. Stuff for ram looks really good. So all I have to do is think of a two-letter word for a welcome. I was thinking Ave, but that's three letters. Hi. Welcome. Greet. Welcome back. Stuff needed. This is annoying now. Golly gosh. I mean, it can't be this, can it? That cannot be a word. I say that, but it would fit the wordplay. An IRAM. IH. So the way I see that working is if you welcome someone, you say hi to them. So hi reverses, it goes back. A word for stuff is ram. A pilgrim's garment. IH ram. Iram. It could be. I don't know it. But mind you, I didn't know rent rolls either. I'm going to leave the I in for a moment. Let's just see if that triggers something in my brain to tell me what this long one is. An eccentric poet. Beat poet. To take eccentric. Something gossips. To take on becoming a handicap. A handicap is a disability. It's a I don't know. I'm not seeing this yet. Or is it eccentric poet as in something ist at the end? To take on becoming a handicap. Eccentric poet. to take on becoming a handicap. Oh, I've just realised I'm meant to be down in the boot room any moment, so I will have to just text my friend while I'm trying this to say I'm going to be late. Hang on a minute. I have to do this, otherwise I will be very unpopular. I'm running. 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late. Okay. Right, sorry. Old King, one banning painting. Okay, Old King, one banning painting, possibly. The possibly there is a bit terrifying, isn't it? Because it's sort of saying this is a pun. Somebody who bans paintings might be like an art hater or something. Art axer. An art. Well, it has got Xerxes at the end of it, who I do know as an old king. So Artaxerxes. An art axer would be one who bans painting. I love that as an answer. I mean, I've never heard of the word again. And that would give me I-E. So all I've got to do now is somehow come up with some sort of nonsense that fits this. Oh, it's not the name of a county, is it? Something like Buckinghamshire. A handicap. I wonder if there is a horse racing, a race called... To take on is to hire. It is. It's some sort of horse race. Cambridgeshire. What? Is that the name of a race? I have never heard of that in my life. Eccentric. There is a word, cam, for eccentric. Poet. Bridge, yeah. Bridges. No, bridges for a poet. Yes, okay. Okay, so this is the answer. Cambridge. Cam bridges hire. Put all that together, we get Cambridgeshire, which must be a type of horse race. I have never heard of it. And I've also not justified amputee for us, have I? Meet up, maybe, to welcome back. War invalid. Meet up, maybe, to welcome back. Struggling to justify that A there, I'm afraid. But this is what I would submit. Now, obviously, I say this with some trepidation. Iram, never heard of. Artaxerxes, I've never heard of. Rent rolls, I've vaguely heard of. I think rent rolls, like, I can't justify amputee. And... yeah, but anyway, I think that feels like the right answer. Let's submit it and see what the machine tells us. And the answer is, it tells us, hooray, we've done it. So it was correct, and that is something of a triumph. I'm sorry about the bird noises, I'm sorry about everything else that's going on, but I did enjoy seeing you all again, frankly. And I think we'll be back to normal editions on Monday, but we've got some spectacular puzzles coming for you in the Sudoku front in the next few evenings anyway. So look forward to those, and we'll see you soon on Cracking the Cryptic.